Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, and we're gonna be doing chapter 13, no, chapter 14 to chapter 23. Right? I know this is like crazy how we doing this reviews, but I'm just doing it the easiest way for me to remember what's happening. Okay, so I suppose we're gonna get right into it. Oh shit. It's not easy out here doing getting the lighting right, you know what I'm saying? Probably should have done this before the video, but hey. So what happens first? Okay, so we are in the new games, right? We finished the this is directly straight after the doors game, right? So now we're in the crown game. So before we get to the crown game, we find out that there's another team that they just did the test just after them. So obviously a lot of people get pulled in. I don't know if it's just on this day that everybody gets pulled in for the Tower of God or gets invited as regulars. But this team has I think two princesses and an irregular. So that team is like ridiculously OP. Now obviously Bam's own team is pretty powerful too because it's one irregular prince. Now I don't know anything about princes, but we do know that the princesses are powerful. So hopefully a prince is somewhat, you know, I don't know, okay, I suppose. So that's basically where we're at with the whole situation. And then the crown game is basically capture the flag type game, right? The team does like a time limit per round. I think it's 5 minutes per round, and a maximum of 5 teams can be on at the same time. So because of that, the first team technically has a big disadvantage because they'd be there first, and therefore they'd have to spend ages defending and attacking many different teams. But they gain an advantage later on because as more teams come through, like especially in the last round, whoever gets the crown wins. That's it. And all the other guys have to do is have the crown for 5 minutes, and they win or knock out every other team member against them, right? So that's the two ways to win each round. If you keep the crown, if you get the crown the first round, you have to keep it the whole way through. If you lose the round, I think you're out. Your team is out automatically. So we got Lizard Girl, and and we got that crazy team that, oh yeah, I didn't explain properly, but the princess and the irregular with the other princess, I think the other person is a princess as well. They killed out of 200, the way that in that round, the second round, the second tournament, or the second competition, the second test, there is you kill people, right? You clear out the arena, and then 3 people make a team of how many, depending on how many is left. So it's normally just 400, then there's supposed to be 200 people left, and then you make a team within like a certain amount of time. But instead, this time, another guy, the guy that was running the test in place of the guy that ran the test for the people who following, he decided to do a death battle, 20 minutes death battle. Whoever survives out of 200 goes to the next round. These 3 guys killed every single person, bro. So Dave's the only 3 people left. So obviously automatically they became a team. The guy probably had to be like, yo, stop killing each other. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? But then the door tester, the one inside with drinking tea, he was like, look, I'll figure it out. I'll protect us, because they'll essentially get hanged if it found that that's what they made such a big mistake. Because I don't know why they need more people to get through, because they're chosen for a reason. They need them for something probably later on, as we'll discover. So yeah, so that's the interesting thing about it. We also discover something about the sky and the sun, that everything is just within the tower and it's all fake. So presumably everybody lives within the tower somehow. And but obviously Bam is from outside the tower, it seems. He's never seen the sun, but most of the people have never seen it either. They think that the sun is fake and everything is fake and everything is built within the tower. So the history of the whole thing is very, very interesting to me. I'm very, very excited to figure it out and discover more. So then we get into the battle, I suppose. First of all, shout out to Shibusi. You know what I'm saying? Shibusu, sorry. He comes to talk to Bam, and he's they're just having a conversation, and you discover that we kind of knew that already, that he's doing it for a friend. But Bam, and then he finds out that Bam is doing it to find somebody, and then he's like, look, I wish you the best with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, the competition is about to start, or the test is about to start, and Anak, and it turns out, by the way, Hats is a girl. It's a guy. Sorry, I thought it was a girl the whole time. I don't know. I don't know why or how, but now he completely looks like a guy. But I felt like the first 10 chapter he looked like a girl. Maybe he was intended to be a girl first, and then the author was like, "Fuck it, let's make him a guy," because people might confuse that he's a princess, which I did anyway. I don't know. It might just be me. My bad if it was, because I'm pretty sure in one of my previous reviews I said that it's a girl, and actually I think in all my reviews I said that it's a girl, but it's a guy. So, but like, I don't know, you guys know these traps, bro. You guys know that like anime, manga, webtoons, they do this shit where like they have a guy look like a girl look like a guy look like a girl, and you just have no idea, and you just guesstimating, right? So until they said he, I was like, oh shit, it's a he. But we'll get to that later. So basically, Anak's team, which is Tracksuit's team, aka Shibisu's team, with Hats, they go in first. Even though people are like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to go. Like Shibisu was like, I knew you would, but like, god damn it, don't go first. They went first, and then Anak was like, look, I'll deal with everybody by myself, me solo dolo, and he did. She did. She just murked them. Absolutely started murking them. But the interesting thing was that the floor, this is the same, the Shinsu floor ranker, the one that did the shield. He was like, yo, I don't know, I think his name is like Unraw or some shit like that. I'll get his name by the next review, I promise. But basically he was unimpressed by Anak, even though she was beasting. He was unimpressed. He was like, Yuri was more impressive. So that just tells us how powerful Yuri is. Again, she's an A ranker, so obviously she's above level 30 or around level 30, so we know she's a powerful beast. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I don't know why I stopped reading this. It's really fucking good. Maybe I did really hate Rachel that goddamn much. God damn, Rachel, what did you do? I can't remember anymore what she did, but damn, I just remember hating her to my core. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I reached like chapter 100. I don't know where I'd reached, but I can't remember anything minus hating Rachel, really. So basically then they're doing the tournament, and she's whooping ass. She's destroying teams left, right, and center, right? And then the sleeping guy, he actually told his teammates, I can hold off everybody sitting on that chair by myself, solo dolo. I can do this shit, god damn it. So we're going in. He woke up just to say that shit, went back to sleep. So the team dragged him out in the second or third round, dragged him out. I think second round, yeah, dragged him out, and he basically asked them to stop for a few minutes. Once one team is down, then he'll come out and do his thing. So Hats was like, hated him because he was like, your team is actually risking their lives and you out here just sitting, sleeping, do nothing. That's a disgrace. I can't allow that. I can't have that. You know what I'm saying? So he does his high flying sword, and obviously, you know, our boy wakes up, sleeping boy wakes up, and he deals with the situation easy. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. There's too many names, and I'm only like 20 something chapters in. I'll remember them eventually. He wakes up. He's still like tied into his bed, and he shoots like a big Shinsu blast. I hope I'm pronouncing that shit right, but you know the Shinshu's the energy thing, right? Shoots that big blast straight towards Anak. Anak ducks that shit, you know what I'm saying? She dodges that shit. Other people, and then his teammates, Sleeping Boy's teammates, attack her at the same time. And then obviously Tracksuit, aka Shibisu, and Hats try to defend her. But then she's stuck in a position mid-air where he blasts her again with a Shinsu blast. And as he does that, she has no choice but to tank it. So she just tanks it. It's like, damn. And that's what didn't impress. I think that moment is what made the ranker be unimpressed with her. You know, she thought that she should have dealt with that situation much easier or much better. but she holds everything off. She yanks out her one is called April, Green April, yanks that bitch out, and that shit is crazy OP, bro. That shit was fucking like a spider's web and shit, bro. That shit was motherfucking flying through the air. That shit was motherfucking boomerang. That shit was everything on sight, bro. That shit was a fucking wave. I swear to God, that shit was just everywhere, man. It was just boom, and she was just murking. And then Sleeping Guy was like, I might have underestimated her power, bro. I thought I was OP, but damn, that bitch hella OP. Damn, my teeth look good, bro. So that's the situation that happened. So then the Sleeping Guy's teammates are like, bro, we struggling out here. They yanked his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know the girl that was having a fight with Shibisu when they were trying to go through the Shinsu shield or the Shinsu wall. You know what I'm saying? She basically was like, look, I ran hundreds and thousands of times because I'm not as strong as you guys. So I know when to run, and now is the time to run. So she yanked his ass, dragged him back to the cell. And they're safe, but they're disqualified or they're forfeit. It's late right now. So then what happens is Green Girl, aka Anak, her sword feels the power of the Black Marshal, feels the synergy with the Black Marshal, because all the King swords, the 13th August sword or some shit like that, the 13 months sword, sorry, they all have a connection because they're all built, those 13 of them, they're all built for the 13 daughters. I think those 13 daughters every, I don't know when, I don't really know the details, we haven't gotten to that part yet, but basically she yanks out her shit and just leaves the throne, so therefore disqualified automatically, and goes to the cell where Bam's cell, and threatens him, you know, and Bam is like, well, I can't give you the sword because Yuri lent it to me, right? She lent it to me, and well, I'm a man of my word, and you know, Rachel told me that one ought to never ever break a promise that he made, especially to a girl, because if he does that, then the whole world will come falling down and crashing on him, and he didn't want that shit to happen to him. So he was like, I ain't gonna do that because Rachel said don't do that, so I ain't gonna do that. So he was like, nah, not happening. And then his teammates were like, obviously, you know, shout out to Conor Guerrero. Apparently people don't like Conor Guerrero. How crazy are y'all? Conor Guerrero is the shit, but basically that's the comment section. The comment section is crazy. But basically he goes, of course we won't take the challenge. And then Rack, who is beginning to warm up to his teammates, is like, yeah, we got this shit. So they pull up in the next round, and they get in the business, and they get in that work in, you know what I'm saying? So we got all these crazy powerful teams, and it looks like the super OP team of the Irregular and the Princess are gonna battle it out as well. They are gonna come through in the next round. So, you know, they pull up, and everybody's kind of underestimating. They don't think they're that strong. They definitely know that Bam is the weakness regardless anyway. But they pull up and they try to do the thing. You know what I'm saying? They try to do the thing. And is this chapter 20? Oh, I stopped at chapter 22. Did I stop at chapter 22? No, I stopped at chapter 20. Ah, fuck. Okay, so this is chapter 14 to 22, not 23. But yeah, so basically that's what happens. Then they kung fu chop a bunch of the guys because, bro, our boy Conor Guerrero is a beast. First, as soon as like all these guys were like, yeah, I got Shinsu wand, I got a Shinsu wand, so I'm just gonna pull the crown. Another guy was like, oh man, I'm super fast, bro. I'm like Usain Bolt, I can reach that bitch first before anybody could move. Conor Guerrero was already standing on that throne, and he was like, I would just wear the crown now and win this round. But you know what? Nah, I feel like I'm gonna make this more interesting. Beat me. And he said that because he knew, as Shibisu noted and broke down, it was like he couldn't sit because if he does, Bam is exposed, and Bam is their biggest weakness. And because Bam is their biggest weakness, you know, he had to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? He had to just let the crown go and try to get Bam to sit on that throne, because him and Rag can take care of the business out in the dance floor. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, at least they're not aware that Bam is capable of such, because he hasn't really displayed anything minus him walking through the goddamn shield, the Sinsu shield, like it was nothing. So that's where we're at. But basically, he slaps the fuck out of most of the team. Obviously, Rag helps, Bam helps too. I think he uses Sinshi to stop the bullet. I'm not too sure, because in one panel it looks like Nidorak or Aguero got there on time. And another panel, then he shows Aguero swinging his bag as if maybe he did. I don't think he did. So I think as the comment sections being spoilers are there, one of the guys said Bam did that, and also he did some other shit. But I stop spoiling shit. Let people figure it out, please. But basically, that's what happened essentially, right? So then Guerrero essentially dealt with the rest of the team and the guys, and he stabbed Guan by, because he's been taking out a short sword the whole time, so people think it's the same sword that he has in there, but he yanked out like a needle and just stabbed him through the chest, because your man thought, oh, that's too short to reach me anyway, and if he throws it I have the time to react, so he just stabbed him with it. He's like, shit, that's a long ass sword, bitch. He's like, yep. And it turns out his bag is a duplicating bag, and it also swallows people in, because he ate one guy, bro. Like, he's the only non-humanoid looking person. Arthur, I know you're looking at censorship, you're thinking you're smart, you knew that if this becomes like something popping, you can't have, well, he has all the different type of murders there, so maybe not. Basically, he eats the bag, ate the person. So it swallows up people. It seems to be like a bottomless pit. So that's why he's probably like super fucking strong carrying around that heavy ass shit. That's why everyone that he's met has been like, yeah, that bag look hella heavy, bro. Even when he was walking through the Senshu shield, he struggled with the hand. That part, he was afraid that might not be let in. So he was like, oh, he put that extra strength in and pulled, and he was like, phew, he got in with it. Yeah, because it seems to be like another entity within that bag. So then this little girl who with the other teams, the team that were like, I'm super fast, I have the sensu power, whatever, and basically she's tiny, she got like a tail and shit, and she's like, Conor had thrown the crown on the floors and was like, go get it, you know what I'm saying, go get the crown, and then whoever gets the crown can come fight me, and I'm gonna whoop their ass and take the crown, you know what I'm saying. So she was already waiting the whole time for everybody to finesse each other, and then she just steal the crown and run to the throne. But he never put the real crown there in the first place. My boy only put a duplicate, because he put the real crown in his bag, took out a duplicate, and threw that shit out. When all these duplicates disappear, I don't know if they return to the bag, but they disappear into sensu energy or something like that after he uses them. So that was super interesting, and that's where I decided to stop, because I think the next battle is going to be super interesting, so I wanted to cover that separately, you know what I'm saying. So I shout out to Conor Guerrero, shout out to Bam, you know what I'm saying. Also now, because Hats is a guy, not a girl, I'm shipping Hats with Anak, mainly because, well, since Shibisu could be gay. If he is, I don't know. I don't really ship him with Hats if he's gay. I should probably ship him with another guy somewhere along the line. Maybe Bam, but Bam is obsessed with Rachel. But I'm shipping Hats with Anak. That's what I'm shipping now. Hats with Anak. Yeah, I think that's a good combination. Shibisu, we're gonna see, what his orientation is. He seemed a little bit, so he might be on the other side. He might be on the wild side. Take a walk on the wild side. You know what I'm saying? Good song. Yeah, he might need some Brokeback Mountain, and you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see the orientation. For now, I'm assuming he's straight, because most manga, webtoon / whatever characters are straight. So, and it usually says Yuri or some shit. Oh no, it's Shonen Ai, if they are gay, and I don't think this is categorized under that. Not that it would, because it's action and more Shonen Jump type thing. So I don't know, but basically I don't ship him with Hats at the moment, because I had the wrong assumptions. I got baited. Anyways, been your boy Supreme Chicken God. I'm out.